Errol the Truth Spence, formerly known as the Boogeyman, or as you would call him, the Big Fish, has seemingly pulled out the Sebastian Fundora fight, and fans are seeming frustrated. They're acting fed up, and they're tired of anticipating Errol Spence return, and they're just tired of waiting on the hook for him, and they want to know what he's doing, and if he's not doing, then he might as well just fully step to the side and, I don't know, maybe stop giving them hopes or something like that. While on the other end, Errol Spence is also believing that, the same people that's probably saying that they are anticipating for him to come back are some of the same people that he believed that are not really behind him, and all that plays a contributing factor in you guys not seeing Errol Spence. First, we have to start with the biggest reason why you haven't seen Errol Spence, and the truth that everybody is trying to avoid, even to a certain degree, Errol Spence. The truth really is Terrence Crawford retired Errol Spence. That's something that maybe fans have a hard time admitting or realizing, and even Errol Spence has a hard time admitting and realizing. People ask, when will Errol Spence be back? And he says, I'll be back when I'm ready. This is the thing. He hasn't fought since 2023. So if you're not ready, on top of the break that you have already been on, you're never going to be ready. See, that's too much lackadaisical time. He's been unfocused. Let's face it. Before the Crawford fight, he's been unfocused before the Ugas fight. You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen a truly focused Errol Spence. I don't know. Since Kell Brook, really? I'm not talking about a truly focused Errol Spence. You probably haven't seen that since the Kell Brook fight. So if he's not like that right now, he's not ever going to be like that. And not only that, what else contributes to people not seeing Errol Spence is Errol Spence, not just physically, but he was mentally hurt behind that loss, as anybody would be. He was mentally hurt behind that loss. So naturally, we knew he had to take some time. But if you ask me, he's been away too long. He went too long without getting back on that horse, if you ask me. Too long. To add on top of that, this is a compiling of things. To add on top of that, he was already disenfranchised by boxing. He told you, even when he flipped the card, that he wasn't really spending no time in the boxing ring like that. You guys know that. You already know about the drinking. Now you add that on top of the not training and losing the Terrence Crawford fight, which put him down more mentally. Then not only that, to watch not just his fans, because I see where people talk about, he told people, if, thank you if you wasn't, basically, if you ain't had the patience to ride with me while I get my shit together, thank you. And people are not going to have that kind of patience for that, because they already feel like they have had enough patience in the process of you getting back. And they just feel like it's just been too long. But to add on top of that, for him to feel some way about his fans, that's one thing. But people are also forgetting that Errol Spence City turned his back on him. I know we talking about, he's talking about the fans. But do you think that affected him more than his city? It wasn't even 48 hours. They had songs about Errol Spence. A lot of rappers and big dudes in his cities was doing interviews saying, we ain't messing with him no more. Hell, they was doing that before he lost. They said if he lost, they not messing with him no more. The whole city turned on the guy. You think that also don't contribute with him not getting back into the ring or taking his time with getting back into the ring? All this stuff plays a factor. You add on top of that, Errol Spence has also brought up how he think boxing is so messed up. Now, he already wasn't a big fan of boxing, you know what I'm saying, before the car flip. You know, and whatever y'all have done in the process of him being on his hiatus has just shown him more disgust. And that's primarily how the boxing world reacted to a fighter taking drugs. And Errol Spence brings up a good point. He's like, these guys ain't checking these guys out. And they ain't really enforcing these drug laws. And if you're not a big name or A-list boxer, you're truthfully fucked because they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? They try to fuck over people who's actually at the top, who's actually cash cows. So what do you think the playing field is for somebody who doesn't really have much worth? You think they really gonna care if somebody goes in there and they're cheating against you? Because it's very clear, the whole boxing world exposed itself. It's very clear they don't care who take certain performance enhancing drugs as long as they look a certain way. And as long as it's against a certain type of fighter, they'll promote it. You think Errol didn't look at that? The whole world looked at that. That's why I said y'all didn't do nothing but open up the gates of hell. You know what I'm saying? And you want to have him going up against a Latin fighter too? And you know the WBC known to turn a blind eye. We already know what the WBO on. You know, they on their strict shit. But boxing fans have let the boxing world know and the fighters know we are down with Latinos cheating against black fighters. That's the only signal that y'all put out there. And how people are not disgusted from the flow up is beyond me. But you think Errol Spence don't look at that? He already know you don't care about him because he already feel like you abandoned him. His city turned his back on him. Now y'all praising drug cheats? Nah, man. I'll be back when I'm ready.